Before we get started, we got a word from our sponsors, True Classic. It's hard to find clothes, man, especially being a big boy trying to find clothes, but True Classic has put a little secret sauce into their shirts, and I love it to pieces. Now, if you're a smaller dude, get True Classic anyway because they feel fantastic, right? But if you're a big boy, the big advantages that we have is that they fit us tight in all the right places, in the arms, in the shoulders, and in the chest. So if we've been in the gym, we get our swole to pop out a little bit more. Plus, it's a little more loose around the torso, so if you got the dad bod thing going on, it's tight in the right place and it's loose in the other places. Look at this guy. You can clearly see the difference. One side is all big and loose and baggy, the neck's all saggy, but the other side, it's a nice, clean, and tight package that accents us in all the right places. But listen, this isn't some miscellaneous endorsement on True Classic Tees because they're sponsoring us. Take a look at Voch's streams for the past year. I have been wearing True Classic Tees. I'm wearing True Classic Tees right now. They didn't notice when they decided to sponsor Voch Lombardi, but not only do I wear their short sleeves, I wear their long sleeves, I wear their hoodies. Voch says this: I want you to go to trueclassictees.com. I'm gonna save you some money. I want you to get a shirt in every single color just like I did. When you go to checkout, you type in promo code VOCH, V-O-C-H, VOCH for 25% off. And if you spend more than $100, you will get free shipping. You cannot beat that with a stick. True Classic Tees, you look good, you feel good. Salute. And we back. Listen, so we got Cowboys film today. We're watching the defense. This is going to be the highlighted version. I got about 7 or so plays for y'all, but if you want the full-blown film session, I need y'all to tap into my patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. Go over there, hit the subscribe button, and you'll have access to all of my post-game film sessions, the full-blown film session, about an hour worth per film. Patreon.com/Voch Lombardi. All right, cool. Let's get into this, man. We're looking at Micah Parsons, man. I don't even want to misdirect y'all like y'all came here for anything else. This dude is so special, right? And let's just take a look at how he smoked the hell out of Havenstein, right? You see Havenstein, you know, he's kind of working in and out and in and out, right? I think that was set up by Micah's right hand. Take a look at Micah's right hand right here. 1, 2, bow, right? When we put that right hand right around the tricep, around the shoulder, around the elbow blade, like what are we doing right here? It's almost like we're setting ourselves up to use momentum to work back inside. So you'll see these, you know, pass rush, they may club, they may slap, they may rip with the right hand to propel them to the right, right? Micah put that pressure with his right hand. And to be fair, if you look at Havenstein, after Parsons slaps with the right hand, Havenstein kind of steps back inside a little bit, right? But he steps back inside a little bit, right? When Havenstein does that, Micah Parsons comes back with the thunderous left hand. Take a look at this. Take a look at this. Right hand, Havenstein steps inside, boom, left hand to get him right back outside. And look, Micah's just so naturally powerful. He's just so naturally strong. This left hand sends Havenstein a whole gap over. I'm exaggerating, but who cares? We got the W. And Micah cleans up the sack. And if he didn't do it, D-Law would have did it. And if he didn't do it, Dante would have did it. And if he didn't do it, Billy D. Sam Wiggs would have did it. What a fun day on defense. I just need Micah to win Defensive Player of the Year so I can brag properly, right? So I can just go back to my timeline and be like, hey, man, remember that time Micah whooped the hell out of Havenstein with half a growing? Remember that? Remember that one time? Remember that one time Micah limped onto the field, okay? And he hit Havenstein with a nasty little outside rush. This wasn't even set up. This wasn't even any type of nuance here. This was just whooping Havenstein's ass right now. And that's the funny part about it, man. You know, I want everybody to just stay focused. You're gonna hear a lot of outside noise. Oh, well, the Cowboys only beat the Rams because their offensive line was bad. The Rams' offensive line is about what everybody else's offensive line is. It's a patchwork of guys, right? Look at our offensive line. The whole left side of our offensive line is patchwork. And even Terrence Steele, if you count him, what happens is the Cowboys we just have so much more talent up front that we just make that deficit so much more deep, that talent deficit so much more deep of the offensive lines, that is. And you know, Havenstein may be their best guy. And I kind of like this idea, right? Because when you put Micah versus the best guy, they're less likely to run into very much double team action. And look, to be fair, even if Havenstein is your guy, and I may show you this later, you still got to help him out also. But man, if this is what your best guy looks like versus our best guy and everybody else just gets to eat on the scrubs, oh goodness, man. And look, and if Micah didn't get him, then, you know, Billy D would have probably got him also. But I got a confession though. This film session really is not about Micah Parsons. It's about Osa Odighizuwa. I put Micah in the thumbnail, and you know, we put him in the title just to get you to click on it, because you know, y'all love some Micah Parsons. We even led with Micah Parsons because he's Micah Parsons. But Osa Odighizuwa hit the quarterback and pressured him so many times. He even got a sack, right? I'm just gonna show you 3 Osa Odighizuwa plays. If you want to see all of them, tap into the Patreon. Well, maybe 4 Osa plays. Here we go. Let's just look at Osa Odighizuwa and what he did this game. And why I want to highlight him on this film session, why I feel like it's so important that we just, give him praise right now. Because look at this defensive front that you have right here, right? We know who D-Law is. We know who Micah Parsons is, right? That's 2. And, I'm of the mindset of big 3, right? Like, just give me a third guy I can really, really count on. I like what we have with our second wave of D-ends, Dante Fowler, Billy D. Wiggins, even Dorrance Armstrong, right? I love that second wave of D-ends. But I was telling Will Steele, hey, look, I love what our tackles are doing from a run stopping perspective. But if we can get big ass pressure, okay? BAP. If we can get big ass pressure coming from these interior guys, which one of these whether it be Tristan, Neville, could have been Bo, but it's Osa, right? Which interior dude is gonna be the guy that's gonna be the Parsons / D-Law for the tackles? That's what we want. And boy, Osa Odighizuwa, it's almost like they couldn't do nothing with him this game. Mercy me. What about Osa Odighizuwa on this play? We ain't doing nothing else. 73. Get your ass in the stance. Oh my God. Are you kidding me? Listen, man, we know Osa, and look, let's just talk about Osa last year for a minute, right? We knew he was quick. We knew he was strong, powerful, low center of gravity. We knew he didn't weigh that much, and he just comes back shredded as hell, stronger, ripped, like he's been in the weight room, off-season peanut butter. They actually holding him on this play. They held everybody at an egregious rate, but it is what it is. But we still had ridiculous pressure and quarterback hits in this game. But dog, Osa Odighizuwa, just his pressure right here, like somebody could be running wide open right. Let's go to the wide view, right? Let's see who probably could have been running wide open that Matthew Stafford probably could have hit, but Osa making Matthew Stafford get off his square. Look, you probably got a guy right here that probably could have got hit downfield, but Matt Stafford can't keep eyes on him because Osa Odighizuwa's chasing him. And Matt eventually gets rid of the football, and we get a hit from Osa on the back end. When we get to a point to where Osa really refines that game, right? Where he really refines those hands and really pairs that with his natural ability, him, D-Law, Micah, and the rest of the D-ends, that's gonna be a hell of a combination. And then there's the actual Osa sack right here. And look, this is all effort. It's all effort right here, man. And listen, they, quarterbacks, coordinators, defensive coordinators teach this, man. These QBs are gonna hold the ball sometimes at some point, right? They can only dink and dunk us so much. And they actually tried it. They tried to get short game going. They tried to get run game going, and that didn't work. What you saw is at the end of this game, the Rams game, right? What you saw is at the end of the game, if you get these guys to a point where they're not running the football and they gotta hold the ball to get it downfield, then you're either gonna get quick sacks or you're gonna get these covered sacks. Even if you do live, right? If we don't get the sack immediately, we still got DBs good enough to give you covered sacks downfield. That's how ridiculous this defense can be. My word. Leighton Vander Esch playing downfield, getting the pressure and missing and shit. I want to cry. And my final point, I just tweeted this on Twitter or whatever. I was just watching film and making my observations. If you just take a look at how many people we're rushing right now and how much pressure we can generate from just a handful of guys, right? That is Micah Parsons, Osa Odighizuwa, and that's like what? It's like Dante Fowler or something, and that's leading to the hooker pick. Hooker pick. Yeah, that's Dante Fowler. Bro, look at what we're doing with a 3-man rush. Well, technically Dorrance is there. So yeah, Dorrance he's containing, staying at home, whatever. So 3 and a possible. Bro, we're not even blitzing people. And once you realize, just go back and watch the film, right? Once you realize Matthew Stafford stayed down because he knew he threw an interception. Once you realize all this pressure that we're getting and we're not even blitzing guys. Come on, Dak Prescott. Come on back, man. Come on back, bro. Of course Cooper Rush winning games with this defense. So Sam Williams got a lot more snaps this game than he did the past couple games. He had 25. Yep, 25 snaps. take a look at Sam Williams right here, man. And I just, this is a big picture future type of deal. Like, let's just continue to groom him and, prepare him for the next level. Like, Dante's the guy right now for that kind of role. But boy, when it's time for Sam Williams, he's going to be ready. You can see the explosion. You can see the quickness and athleticism here. And, first of all, it's already a bad idea to try to block him with a tight end because he's more powerful. But even if, what they were trying to do was get somebody that's quicker to get on the front hip of Sam Williams. So if Sam, just from this direction here, you would probably want that tight end to get on Sam's left side. Just to kind of cut him off from the rest of the play. The problem is Sam is quick and fast and big, right? So that turns into a problem. So when he's chasing down some of these plays backside, that could be a big problem for him. But what I also like about this defense is that it's like a team run stopping situation that works front to back. So we start off with, let's see, run the play. Boom. We start off with D-Law setting the edge. You're not moving. Carlos Watkins, Tristan Hill, Van Der Esch stepping up. What you get is this wall that makes the running back cut back. Then once the running back cuts back, he runs right dead square into Billy D. And that's no fun for the running back. And you already know, because I'm petty as hell, we have a weekly Tristan Hill sighting, and I will, of course, give that highlight whenever I see it, man. Tristan Hill just being another, piece of this defense, man. Just a dude that we just terribly need, you know what I mean? And why do I say we terribly need Tristan Hill, right? Because you remember what happened last year. Right? Last year when all of the tackles got hurt, Tristan got hurt, Neville got hurt, a couple other guys got hurt. Osa Odighizuwa ended up having to play like a lot of snaps, and every single game of damn near every single snap. I mean, it's probably like 40, 50 something snaps a game. That's plenty. Osa Odighizuwa got tired, and it was his rookie campaign, so he kind of ran into that wall, right? Osa today played yesterday versus the Rams, he played 34 snaps, and I think that's an adequate number of reps for a tackle, right? So why is Tristan Hill important? Why is Carlos Watkins important? Why is Neville and Chauncey important? Because none of those guys really get tired. Somebody asked me, they say, yo, Voch, do you think, hold on, let me get back here. They say, yo, Voch, do you think that later in the season our defense is gonna get tired and that they're gonna hit some kind of wall? And my answer was no, because we have such a healthy rotation on the front end, right? Like, Micah and D-Law, they're gonna have their reps off, but man, like even your second group, right? Like, okay, think about that very first turnover of the game. Hold on, let's do this. We ain't doing nothing else. This was not in my notes, right? The third play, it was about at 140 something, right? Think about this, right? The very first play of the game. Look at this unit that's out here. You got Micah, Dorrance, Neville, Osa, and you got DeMarcus Lawrence, right? So they're gonna make the big play, the sack of Matthew Stafford here. They're gonna fumble. D-Law is gonna get a touchdown. I'm gonna speed that because I don't want the NFL to hit me with copyright because it's a big play, right? But think about the very next group of guys, right? This is the very next drive. You got Billy D, Carlos Watkins, Tristan Hill, Dante Fowler, right? That's your second wave of guys. That's wave number 2. And they busting ass up front. This defense is special, man. This defense is so special because it's so stacked and it's just so many dudes that can play. There are so many dudes that can play, man. We're not gonna watch positive runs around here. It's so many dudes that can play, man. And I think we're in a very good spot. And once we can get this offense going, because some people think that the offense is on track, I beg to differ. Once the offense gets going with this defense, it's gonna be a beautiful day in paradise. Don't forget to check out my Patreon, patreon.com/Voch Lombardi to watch the full-blown film session. Love y'all to pieces, man. Check y'all next time. Salute.